And we're going to begin this half hour with the ongoing pressure at the pump. Now, since the war with Iran began 10 weeks ago, today actually, gas prices are up 52% to $4.53 for a gallon of regular. In that same time, diesel prices are up nearly as much to $5.65 a gallon. Skylar Henry is in Atlanta, and he's tracking how that is affecting small businesses.
From grocery stores to big box retailers and small businesses, just about everyone is feeling the effects of the pinch at the pump.
That's tough.
In Georgia, Jim McKinney, who runs a small moving company, says he's had to make a painful pivot.
A bigger job that takes all day is the same amount of gas as a little job. So, you know, we've had to raise the rates on the smaller moves. I mean, we don't want to do that.
When we were last with McKinney in March, just as the war in Iran began and gas prices initially surged, the business plan was simple. Hold the line by absorbing the additional costs and keep rates lower for customers. Now he says it's costing around $2,500 to keep his moving trucks filled up each week with diesel fuel, about $1,000 more than 2 months ago.
What sort of challenges and burdens does that bring to you guys now?
Well, it just causes us to be smarter about how we operate. You know, we have to really be careful with what trucks we're sending out and who we're sending out, how many vehicles.
McKinney isn't alone. Drivers that depend on diesel fuel are inching closer to seeing record costs nationwide.
I don't think there's any chance it will be back to normal by the summer.
Economist Raymond Hill says for businesses, especially smaller ones, to survive, they may have to raise costs to stay afloat. But there's a risk.
There are going to be some businesses where people say, no, I'm going to spend my money on something else. That's what price increases, bring about.
And that's what Jim McKinney is hoping doesn't happen ahead of his company's anticipated busy season.
The market has been kind of soft. So just because the gas prices have gone up and our costs have gone up, there's only so many people moving, and we're trying to capture as much of those moves as we can.
For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Skylar Henry in Atlanta.
This is the really concerning part, right? Because obviously you and I, we go to the gas pump and we pay more. That sucks. Yeah. But diesel, we always call this the canary in the coal mine for, hey, inflation might be coming because, you know, everything's, as Skylar was saying, right, everything's getting to places that we buy on trucks that run on diesel. And so when that goes up, this is exactly what happened in summer of 2022 when you saw inflation going up. Which is
so how do you square this, how businesses are being affected with the jobs report, which was super strong?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, right? Honestly, this jobs report, I expected to see not as much hiring because businesses, as we just heard, are struggling a bit, but it just hasn't flown through yet. So we'll see.